Every few years, someone digs into the earth and pulls out something that shouldn't exist. Objects built with technology we didn't have. Structures erected before civilization as we know it had even begun. These are not myths. These are not hoaxes. These are real artifacts, documented by real archaeologists, that no one has been able to fully explain. Today, we're going into the ground, and we may not like what we find. In 1901, sponge divers off the coast of the Greek island, Antikythera pulled a corroded lump of bronze from a Roman-era shipwreck. For decades, nobody knew what it was. Then, in the 1970s, X-ray analysis revealed something astonishing inside. That lump was a machine. A calculating machine. With 37 interlocking bronze gears, capable of predicting solar eclipses, tracking the positions of 5 planets, and modeling the Metonic calendar cycle. This device was built somewhere around 100 BCE. The next machine of comparable mechanical complexity wouldn't appear for another 1,400 years. We have no record of who built it. We have no record of how. Scholars have spent over a century trying to understand it. The Antikythera Mechanism didn't just show us that the ancient Greeks were clever. It showed us that something we thought we understood about human technological history might be completely wrong. Peru's Nazca Desert is one of the driest places on Earth. And etched into its surface are hundreds of enormous figures, a hummingbird the length of a football field, a spider, a monkey, an astronaut-like humanoid, all drawn with a single unbroken line, perfectly proportioned, perfectly preserved. The Nazca people created them between 500 BCE and 500 CE. But here's the thing. You cannot see what they are from the ground. You need to be hundreds of feet in the air. The ancient Nazca had no aircraft, no satellites, no balloon technology that we know of. Yet somehow they designed images that only make sense from the sky. Were these offerings to gods they believed lived above the clouds? Astronomical calendars? Landing markers for something else entirely? Archaeologists still argue. The lines have no definitive explanation. Unquote. Stonehenge was considered old. The pyramids, ancient. But in 1994, excavations in southeastern Turkey uncovered something that rewrote the entire timeline of human civilization. Göbekli Tepe, a complex of enormous T-shaped limestone pillars, some weighing 10 to 20 tons, carved with extraordinary animal reliefs, foxes, snakes, scorpions, lions arranged in precise circular formations. It was deliberately buried, intentionally covered with tons of earth, around 8,000 BCE, and it was built at approximately 9,500 BCE. That is 6,000 years before Stonehenge, 7,000 years before the Great Pyramid. At a time when, according to everything we thought we knew, humans were simple hunter-gatherers with no agriculture, no written language, no organized society. Göbekli Tepe didn't just shift our timeline. It destroyed it. Someone organized thousands of people to quarry, carve, and erect these monuments with no civilization supposed to exist yet. High in the Andes, above the ancient Incan capital of Cusco, sits a fortress wall that modern engineers struggle to explain. Sacsayhuamán. The stones used in its construction weigh up to 360 tons. That's heavier than a fully loaded Boeing 747. Some were transported from quarries over 15 miles away. But the real mystery isn't the size, it's the precision. These stones are regular, polygonal, massive, fit together so perfectly that not even a knife blade can slide between them. No mortar, no cement, and they've survived centuries of earthquakes that leveled Spanish colonial buildings right next to them. The Inca said the stones were moved by sound, by singing. Modern engineers say that's impossible. But modern engineers also admit they couldn't replicate those joins today, not without cracking the stone. This one is strange, in a different way. Across ancient Sumeria, ancient Egypt, the Olmec civilization in Mexico, Aboriginal Australian rock art, and even ancient Turkey cultures that had no contact with each other, the same image appears. A divine or powerful figure holding what looks unmistakably like a modern handbag. Same shape, same proportions, same position held at the hip, handle at the top. Archaeologists have classified this as a bucket or cone, a ritual object perhaps for pouring sacred water. But why does the same object appear identically in disconnected cultures spanning the entire globe? What were they each commemorating? And why did they all find it significant enough to carve into stone for eternity? In 2008, archaeologists in a Siberian cave found a bone fragment, a pinky finger so small it fit in a matchbox. DNA analysis revealed it belonged to an entirely unknown branch of humanity. Not Homo sapiens, not Neanderthals, something else entirely. They were named Denisovans. And then, the map got strange. Denisovan DNA shows up in modern Tibetans, helping them survive at altitude. In Melanesians and Aboriginal Australians, up to 5% of their genome is Denisovan, even in some Native American populations. We don't know what they looked like. We don't know their language, their art, their culture. We found an entire branch of the human family from a single pinky bone, and they interbred with our ancestors in ways we're only beginning to understand. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The more we dig, the less certain we are. Every generation believes it has figured out the story of humanity, and every generation gets surprised. These discoveries don't just raise questions about ancient people. They raise questions about us, about how arrogant it might be to think we know where we came from, and what our ancestors were capable of. There is more beneath the ground than we've ever imagined, and whatever is still buried out there, it's waiting. What do you think is the most unexplained discovery in human history? Let us know in the comments. And if you want to go deeper, the links below will take you further down the rabbit hole.